Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Creature Corner here on the Gnomon YouTube, Twitch, coming to you live across the streams. And don't cross the streams. Welcome, my friend. I would never cross his stream. It's Matt Millard. Oh my god. Hey man, we're back. This is like episode what? I don't know. I don't even know anymore. We're in the 60s. I think 63, says James.
Ooh, James hitting us with the 60s.
Well, this is nice. We could not live without James.
In like 5 years. So I want to be on episode like 400.
I know, man. I know. We got to get through episode 63 first.
Yeah, that's the first one.
That comes before episode 405,000. So let's see. Last time when we left off, we were doing Innsmouth fish people.
That's right.
Matt slammed it out.
Fish man.
I bombed it, man. I bombed it. And this has happened this is like twice in a row where this has happened. Where like, okay, with Creature Preacher, right? Matt slams it out and I'm like, I got it, and then I don't got it. And then it takes me a long time to come back, right? And then this time it happened again where I was like, by the end I was like, I'm like, kill it.
I would like to say one thing. Something you guys don't know is that this is all scripted, and Gnomon has us. It's like a betting kind of thing. They're like, Jared takes the fall in the first round.
Right.
Matt comes in strong, and
we're doing like sports kind of like tiers.
Yeah. No, I have bombed many times on this show. I feel like luckily my percentage is okay because we spent like 2 months on the Cena Dragon. Like we took so much time on the Cena Dragon that it kind of negates all of the failures I did.
But you know what? It's funny is like each one of these is like its own lesson in like getting things done or a level of like preparedness that most of the time me and Matt are not willing to do.
Yeah, but dude, it's like the most important intimate part of design.
Right.
Diving into a prompt.
Failing
hard
and fast and
committing to it until you realize like, you know what? We gotta start with the spear, Yeah,
and it's like I think when it's not working, and you could spend the time fixing it.
Yeah,
but you're wondering if that's worth it, and I think that's where like a lot of like paralysis comes into play.
Well, it's like what you talk about a lot of the time. Like you have to make those decisions on the fly. That's what sculpting is. And whenever you're on a timeline with a client, it's like, okay, I have a day. I told someone I could take a day. I told someone I could take 2 days to do this thing. And you're confident. You go in and you start slapping it down, and you're like, holy shit! Like, am I making the wrong move? And dude, like this happens all the time, and that's where trust the process comes, right?
Right.
But you have to know, just like what Jared is talking about and what I've done several times in this show, is know whenever the process that you committed to, you're like, this ain't working.
This ain't working.
We're gonna start over.
Everyone's trying to see through the fog here because this happens with clients who are working. I've worked with a lot of like first-time directors at this point, and like they're trying to like figure out what their voice is, and sometimes the choices that they make, and then committing to them. So they have to know their story really inside and out.
Dude, and also I will say, and you will agree with me on this, I know it. What we did last episode is literally like 15 minutes before the show started, we came up with this prompt.
Yeah.
Sat down to go to work, and we got this prompt. And that is literally what will happen in studios. You will be in the middle of your damn day, and they'll be like, drop your shit, we're making fish people. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You're like,
it's true. Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing.
You're like, crap, we got to make fish people.
Or they're like, and they come in and they're like, hey guys, fish people are out. It's mutant lizards.
Yeah, it's all reptilian.
Or it's sorry guys, they are translucent extraterrestrial
baby arms.
Aliens, right?
It's got baby arms. No, yeah. but then like you'll get. And this is where I was ultimately going with this is like, yeah, that's the real deal. But then you'll get guys like in your room and in your studio or that you're working with, maybe freelance, you know, over email. You'll get guys and you'll see their artwork and they killed it. You're like, wow. Yeah. And then you'll put in some garbage artwork and maybe someone else puts in something a little loose. And you know what? The sickest artwork just doesn't get picked. It's like, hey, you got it. And you're like, bro, what? Now I've got to develop this weird.
And I think like we can espouse like the role of the director as the decider, right? That's like the ultimate job of directing. And that's why I think there's so much praise upon like what the director does.
Yeah.
Because ultimately they are making choices, right? So you're making choices and then they're making choices. And sometimes your choices don't line up. Sometimes and as a creature person and they're coming to you for like, what do you think is cool? You're making choices based on what you think they'll pick.
Dude, you know, without going on too far of a tangent, we're only 10 minutes in, but this reminds me of something that connects us. What you're saying, and the tangent is whenever we were working with on Godzilla versus Kong, we were not in the same studio.
No. I didn't even know Matt. I didn't even know Matt had worked on it until like. I think it was like till like trailers started rolling.
It was like months later because I think we worked on it and then it got passed off to you guys, just like Venom. I think you're in studio at Legacy for Venom as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, but you were also at design for Venom in ASC.
Yeah. Funny.
You saw both ends.
Anyway. I got to see both ends, and I couldn't touch it, but I was like, I'm there for it.
So, anyways, I didn't know that Jared had worked on Mechagodzilla, and I probably spent, I don't know, like there were probably 4 designers at ASC working on Mechagodzilla. I think we got a couple of days, maybe a week. It was probably like 2 days revisions, right? 2 days and then revisions, something like that. And 3 or 4 completely different artists. It was me, Kyle Brown, Steve Sue, and maybe one other person. And we all just blue skied Mecha G. And a lot of...
You guys had that conversation, you're like, oh, Jared did this for RPO.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, actually, it was... I think that was one of the things that they were saying, like, oh, we're doing Mecha G a second time, right? But this was at the very beginning. And I think we were the first, if not the only at the time, like within a week or 2 of designing on Mecha G. So we all threw down some Mecha G. And whenever Adam came back with the direction, Adam Winger, the director, he knew exactly what he wanted with Mechagodzilla. And whenever I was working on Warbat with him, it was completely open and exploratory. But with Mechagodzilla, like that's the thing with directors, like they're like, I can know a direction, maybe they know this, but sometimes they know exactly what they want. And whenever I threw him mine, Kyle threw him his, there were some open notes, But it was like this isn't hitting. I want more utilitarian, like something that like people could make, like some sort of big, like just like utilitarian monster. That was his thing, and that was perfect. That was a really good example of working with a director that knew what he wanted, but that was also open to creativity, right? Because he was like, I like this part, I like that part. Whenever we got into the Nozuki stuff, it was insane. But that was just to speak on client relationships with directors knowing what they want and what they're open to working with.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to slip in suggestions where I thought applicable based on kind of like what they were asking for. But yeah, there's that like, and when I go to work on things, I kind of automatically assume, especially if it's a bigger project, there's going to be lots and lots of other artists working on this problem as well.
Yeah, and that's what it is. You said problem, right?
Yeah, and it's a design, or it's like a problem or a challenge, or
that's really what it is, because they're trying to figure it out. Like, this is a problem.
Yeah.
Well, depending, like it's all a level of problem, but it's like, damn.
Yeah. The first thing you have to figure out is what the thing looks like. What does this thing look like?
Speaking of fish people, Bastian from the new Little Mermaid.
Oh, the Sebastian, right?
Sebastian, is it Bastian or Sebastian?
Sebastian. The crab. He's gone full crab, man.
It just went full crab. Like the design got released and it's a crab. It's like, here's Sebastian, and it's just a picture of a damn crab.
And let me see if I can find it.
It is a picture of a crab. I'm like,
and supposedly someone pointed this out on Twitter that this is the one kind of like species of crab that
they had the little human eyes.
That they can't the species of crab can't actually live underwater or something. I don't know. It was the totally like wrong species of crab to pick. Anyway, this is what they went. I mean, this is what they went with.
That is a Red Lobster lobster advertisement.
Look, they're coming to you, and they're saying, look, this is the real crab. Like, this is the Little Mermaid. This is real. This has to be a real crab.
This is a crab.
A flounder has to be a real flounder.
Talk about getting too grounded, bro.
Well, I mean, like, I've been asking myself this too. Like, if they came to you and I, right, and they said, like, okay, Sebastian's got to be a crab, but it's got to be appealing, right? Because this is the Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
and, this is we're revamping the character. You can't do. I don't think you could do this face.
No, they went zoological with it. They're like language in the China in their shell.
Do you think you go? Do you go more anthropomorphic? Do you make it more human? Because then you start.
So, dude, in my opinion, you go full bone or you don't do it. Did you see the Lion King remake?
I know, man, and they went full. They went full for everything.
Why would you ever watch the movie over the animated one? Why would you ever do it? It's beautiful, but it just looks like Nat Geo with some singing over it.
Now, all right. My kid was on a kick. I've watched the movie at least 400 times by now.
Yeah.
That was like his movie. Like, he picks a movie and he goes for like a month or two, and like that's the movie. And so and this was during COVID, so we watched that movie at least 400 to 500 times, and it is a gorgeous looking film.
Yeah,
it looks gorgeous. But the stiffness of the animal expressions
Well,
makes
that's
them,
because they don't naturally do it. So
they
you're
don't naturally do it.
already programmed to not see that.
Yeah,
If
and
it's more stylized, your mind will immediately be like, okay, you allow a little creativity. That's like
I think there's a sweet spot in there somewhere. I think it's in there. And like Lyle Crocodile, I watched that, and I thought that was like a good level of kind of like he's got like a good animated expression.
Is Flounder just going to be just a yellow fish with blue stripes?
I mean, I hope the picture I saw wasn't like it.
Is Ursula just?
But like I think this is like a great. This is kind of like a great like in between of like
you're forcing stylization and characterization into something that's not anthropomorphic, like what you would assume. So your imagination is already keyed up. You're like, okay, his lips are probably can move. He can probably make mouth sounds,
and he sings like I didn't know this, but the whole movie is like a musical.
Yeah, and he's a lead singer of a death metal band.
But dude, it shreds. I mean, like I wish he shredded on this. Anyway,
James liked that one. I got him.
You are, as an artist, you're just taking a shot in the dark, and all you can do is your version of that thing, and hope that your vision of that thing aligns with the directors, the producers, the studio execs, the distributors, the toy makers.
The cool thing about our show is that it's just like it was in the studio. Like our results are highly different, and that is exactly what directors want to see.
Yeah.
So you see like the AI guys like, oh, I can punch out like 100,000 versions of one thing, and it's like we don't want to see that. We want to see hyper realized, some sort of conceptual design that is unique between artists, and that's the beauty of concept art, man.
And the beauty of human creation. But I could go on about the.
We're 20 minutes in. Let's do it.
Let's get into it, man. So you had a fat nasty last time.
I busted a fat nasty.
You busted the fat nasty.
This is my dude. This is my
dude. There's a little bit of like elf, like I want to say like orc in there.
Okay, so check this out. The one thing I did was added the ear.
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
And it pops the silhouette a little bit. I even thought about there's some really killer ref from early 2000s here, this prosthetic makeup for this illustration, like how they barely incorporate the human nostril in there.
Oh yeah. There's just a little bit of nose.
And dude, look at the eyes.
Yeah,
Lovecraftian nastiness, dude. Yeah. And what I have now is basically like a noodle monster.
I love that, dude.
I've just got a bunch of shapes and lines, and I think what I'll do today is, I'll mess around with adding some ears and really defining the shape, add a tongue maybe, and then probably mess around with the personality. I might try and bring a little humanity into it, and maybe dress him up since he is Innsmouth. You know what I mean? Like maybe he needs a hat. Jared and I were talking about this photo earlier.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
This is peak right here, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's super nasty, man. Like peak. They have that like yellowy, asymmetric kind of goober face.
Dude, but the shape language, the very sharp and clear eyes, the emotion behind his expression, everything is just so slap tight, man.
The teeth are fused too in kind of weird ways.
Yeah, right. And they're overlapping like layers of shark's teeth. And that's like one of the things that I've indicated in my model, like a mix between, garbage human teeth and angler teeth. And I think that'll be one of the last things that I do, because it's honestly so important to the design that I might,
I like that.
Go to a silhouette level to.
I think really skinny teeth are always scary.
But we're looking to print it, so what we got to do. Got to make them thicker.
Because Matt and I are I don't know if we've talked about this yet.
We're in a vehicle that is life.
And we are on this journey.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Hit us with the.
We're on the road to Monsterpalooza.
Road to Monsterpalooza.
So we need things to have at Monsterpalooza, because so we're talking about 3D prints. And
yeah.
By the way, I've got like this demo head here that I've sculpted for a class. This is like, I started with like Steve Buscemi as a base. Okay. And so kind of combining this guy that I found, this is going to be
that's an insane reference. Where
is from? I have no idea. I was just Googling the Innsmouth look.
Yeah.
Just looking for inspiration.
That is insane.
I really like the booger eyes and the open nostrils are crazy too.
Yeah. It's got this feel, but it's really skinny and malnourished,
Yeah. And he's almost like kind of there's like a little bit of zombie in there.
Yeah.
And
he's got a suit on, so you can tell that he hangs out in Innsmouth.
Like even like the anatomy here is really interesting. So using that guy as kind of my core inspiration, I drew this guy because I want to put like a little bit more like fish stuff on him.
Yeah, but you want to make him a little more mutated, huh? Like double eyes. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought like a double eye would be kind of cool, like one eye's leaking into the other eye.
Okay. Yeah. Into it. That's cool.
Yeah, like there's just a little bit of madness in there.
Yeah, dude. Well, madness is it. I love the subtle tentacle beard is nice.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm thinking just like asymmetric kind of like curled tentacles and very slimy kind of appearance overall. So like that's the goal for today. I'm gonna just transform Steve here.
So dude, can I ask you a question? Are you going asymmetric off the bat?
No, I'm gonna find the structure first.
Yeah, and then
and then I'm gonna go, and then I'll go full town.
It's weird. Like sometimes it's wild, man. Sometimes like it calls for it. Sometimes you're like, I just want to go into full sculpture.
You have to.
Sometimes the full sculpture mode.
Yeah, you have to go into full sculpt town. But I think the problem I had with Creature Preacher, even though I did do a sketch, I found the sketch that I did for it, was that I just didn't have like a plan. I was just like
Jared.
Jared.
Okay, so there have been quite a few comments. Hello to everyone. Thank you for hanging out. But this last one, Gilberton.
Gills
sick.
Gills Gilberton.
I like Gills Gilberton. I like Gills.
I like Gills.
I like Gills. Gills Gilberton is good.
Gills Gilberton.
Come on, Gilly.
Gilly.
Yeah, see, dude, I think the thing that I'm going to do is probably mess around with a little bit of, actually, the very last thing, I did two things. I blocked in the sphere with the ears, but I also adjusted the size of the jaw. I made it a little more prominent.
Oh, yeah. Right now he's got a bit of a underbite.
Yeah, and I wanted to kick in a human element, like just in the silhouette, always going from white to black. And I can see some issues here in the silhouette, but whenever his like human element of the jaw was up here, it just, look at it. It looks weak,
Yeah.
So you pop it back in, even just a little body, like pop it back in, you're gonna get a little more. You're gonna get a little more, character out of it and a little more strength. And I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, it's not like a strong chin right now. You know, it's
no, very, but it's
creepy.
It's enough. It's enough to like have the human element, because I'm gonna have human teeth under here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick a reference. I really wanted to explore some of this look.
What is that? Oh, anglerfish.
I wanted to explore some of this, and so I might start doing versions. And this is the inverse of that on a piranha. But really, this is the base of my inspiration. But I'm like, okay, well, what if there was some segmentation? What if there was something like that? As far as the profile goes, I don't know. I like it right now, but I feel like it's a base, so I can just kind of mess around and see what I like.
Well, I like the thing that really changed the silhouette is the ears.
Yeah.
But I like that. Your dude's like full aggressive. He's what, like, to me, the guys that I like were the background orcs in Lord of the Rings. The weird guys who are like, yeah, like that's your dude. Like he's gonna pop up and he's gonna be like, yeah. Like, especially when our hero is like,
I heard meat was on the menu.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody remembers that dude.
I'm gonna mess around with some try and pump in some human elements here. So I'm just gonna duplicate them. I'm gonna see what the nostril does. I'm gonna bring up some shit, see what the nostril does. I love this guy, but he's just a little too much for me. Yeah, these dudes. Love these dudes.
Love these dudes.
Yeah, and I just need to solidify some of my forms.
Like, thinking Doug Jones would play this guy,
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
Doug Jones is kind of my go-to, though. I make Doug Jones everything.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that
he's played every possible kind of like fish man.
I'm pretty sure that Doug Jones is pissed off if you don't pick him for your trip. Yeah. He's like, bro, I'm right here.
Come on, man. Like, hire me.
Even just
should have won an Oscar. I mean, for being the fish guy. I like how pushed out his jaw is. It's very close to a fish.
What are you talking about?
Like this dude's jaw right here. Oh, sorry. You can. There you go.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
This jaw is really pushed out.
Yeah.
I just love this piece. I look at it and it definitely looks 3D.
That is 100% 3D with the.
Yeah, but it's. I see it now, but yeah, this piece is just awesome. I love whoever made it. It's dope, man. We're making fish people.
Have you guys ever made fish people? And also, if you have, send us a link. We'll show it.
Let us know if you've made a fish person.
We love fish people.
We love fish people.
Fan of Hewlett-Packard Lovecraft.
Hewlett-Packard.
That was his name, right? It was Hewlett-Packard Lovecraft.
His name was Hewlett-Packard.
I'm pretty sure that was him.
all their features kind of like drag down. Like every they're all kind of soggy. You know, they're just like wet and soggy fish people.
Yeah, well, it's the wildest thing, right? It's like the effects of gravity on anatomy.
And they're like, you know,
and they're in this crazy pressurized fucking world.
They worship the fish god Dagon.
Yeah, they love Dagon. Huge
love
fan.
Dagon. That's like his thing. Huge thing.
Huge fan. They love
Huge fan.
it.
But we've never seen Dagon.
Dude, Jared, I have always started sculpting with my outline on, dude.
Oh, from now on? You just throw it on?
Yeah, I just go, material mix, outline 1, depth 100. I've always started doing that. I just love it. Like I can get an immediate read on the silhouette kind of situation, see what's going on with it.
And then, that was a fun day when we discovered that.
Yeah.
Right, the toon shader, the toon shadies.
I do that all the time now with everything I sculpt.
It gives it a.
You see the forms, dude. Like that line I just sculpted. Like, let's see here. You can see like this area. It's like, okay, it looks a little lumpy, but the second that I hit it, it's like nice, and you can just see the line. You can see the outline, the profile, the contour of your shape. Pretty cool.
I'm so used to working in matte gray for everything.
Matte cap?
Matte cap. Well, not even matte cap. Just like the basic material. That's
yeah. That's
basic.
I do basic material for everything. It's the only one that responds to light, right? Or is there another one that I don't know about?
Well, any one of them in the bottom half here in the standard materials, any one of those respond to light.
What is the interface you have? You've got all sorts of stuff going on.
Dude, I just barf everything out on my interface.
Dude, straight barfs.
A straight barf, man. Straight barfing. Well, that way I can do like everything I need to do very quickly. Work smarter, right?
Work smarter, not blarder.
Not blarder. No. No. We're making fish people. That's the thing.
That's the issue at hand.
They're kind of like fish people are kind of like zombies in a way. In like their kind of like general behavior. They kind of like swarm around the person, and they kind of like just like weird them out.
They just get all weird and creepy.
Well, that's kind of like what happens in Dagon. They're like, "Get out of my town!"
They're like, "Give me whiskey. I'm weird. I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I'm a fish person.
I'm a fish person.
Do you want to have sex with my fish sister?"
Like, yeah, they got weird. Yeah, and it's always like, we need you to have sex with our like weird fish person. And then they worship Dagon. That's their whole thing. But it's always raining where they are.
Oh yeah, it's very wet and rainy where they are.
It's very wet and rainy.
Have you guys read H.P. Lovecraft? Have you bored yourself to get to the awesomeness of cosmic horror?
It definitely takes like you have to read it slower. I think a lot slower than you can read, a pulp novel or like a Stephen King novel. Lovecraft, like you have to kind of think about what he's saying, and I think that's just the language barrier is a little different. But then once you get into it, it gets good, and all the goods are there. Like I love that he can barely describe anything, because then your mind just does all the work, and you're like, oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's like the Vincent Price approach, right? You don't show the audience what's implied, and
Yeah, you never actually show it.
I'm gonna get rid of these ears. I don't care. I'm just gonna turn them off for a minute.
That's true of film too. That's why you never see the monster until like the very end, and even then it's like in shadow.
100% accurate.
I want to see the monster. That's me. Like I want to see the damn creature. That's why we're paying. That's why we're paying $8. We want to see the monster. Speaking of creatures, man, Ant-Man Quantumania just came out.
Quantumania. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of really fun designs in that movie.
Yeah, I didn't think that a lot of that stuff was going to be in there.
It was great, like seeing just all of the different aliens and different characters was incredible.
I was
saying the movie was like halfway garbage, but seeing all of the quantum aliens and stuff, they were awesome.
Yeah, they were really fun.
And the pink guy that was obsessed with the amount of holes that humans
yes.
I mean that's perfect.
That was perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect. Rest of the movie. Oh, also, what you said on Twitter is exactly what I thought whenever I saw the movie. I was like, you know what? Like the stills of MODOK look terrible, but
yeah,
it's fine. The weirdest design decision they made with him was that they made him look like his anatomy was refracted through a cylindrical jar. They made his face look like it was stored on.
Yeah.
There was no glass thing to refract his head. It was just the twist in his anatomy physically. That was the weirdest thing. But it worked so well. It didn't look like seeing the stills and being like, oh, this is terrible. And then watching the movie, you're like, huh, it actually just kind of worked.
It's actually kind of fun, and in the context of the story as well. I didn't know about his character.
Yeah, it's good.
But it was I ended up liking him more than I thought I would. I was ready to be like grumpy, old man kind of shit. But I thought they did a good job with him. I think they could have gone a little bit scarier. But I get it. He's a giant head. That's already pretty scary.
Yeah.
And the nod to the old one in the face shield, was cool.
I feel like, dude, the armor. Okay.
The armor was dope.
Dope.
Yeah, his armor was dope.
There's no question about that. The armor was dope.
The armor looked dope. The weapons coming out looked dope.
Man, I feel like they really should have. Okay, so this is also where Hollywood has their thing, right? You have to have the likeness for the character. That's why you're seeing.
Yeah. The actor had to be in there.
All that shit, it's got to look like the character. But realistically, they could have gone hyper stylized with the proportions and made it look like MODOK.
Yeah. I think I wish they had pushed it a little harder, but
also it just like in the context of the film, like doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter, dude.
It didn't really matter, and
because it turns out everything in the film just kind of doesn't matter.
It works for an Ant-Man movie, is why.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Oh, we've got people saying things. Your Honor, he's a barfer.
He's a barfer, Your Honor. This guy can't
models. Your Honor, he is a barfer.
How about this cameo? No, you love your mother-in-law. He shows up.
Oh my God.
It was the best.
Dude, I loved it. I thought he was going to say Stinky for a second.
Yeah, I was hoping he would say Stinky, but he didn't say Stinky.
He was great. The dude from I Think You Should Leave that suggests a car that doesn't have this fly out the window. This dude was.
I just love how he's permeated pop culture, and that makes me happy.
So, dude, what that does is it jumps on top of what I was saying about the last Ant-Man movie, right? Was Tim Heidecker was in the last Ant-Man movie. And so between him and a dude from I Think You Should Leave, every Ant-Man movie should have a pretty kick-ass funny.
I mean, which would you rather see Tim Robinson in? Would you rather see him in a Marvel movie, or would you rather see him in a DC movie?
Oh, I'd rather see him in a DC movie. Easy.
I was at one point I was like, could he play Booster Gold?
Dude, he could play.
He could play anything. He could play.
What if Riddler, bro? Imagine him delivering riddles.
Bro, Mad Hatter. He's a perfect Jervis Tetch.
Mad Hatter, bro.
He's a perfect Jervis Tetch.
Perfect.
Oh man, we took a sidebar there for a minute.
Yeah,
he would slay as the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, that dude's hilarious. What is it, next month or is it June?
It's got to be soon, man. We're getting close.
The new season comes out soon of I Think You Should Leave. Tim Robinson. Just got to make sure that people know what we're talking about, because we can.
We've lost our mind.
Yeah,
and we're just talking like you're all here. Anyway, we're on the road to Monsterpalooza.
Yeah, is anyone planning on coming?
Anyone's still here? Hi.
Are y'all coming out to Monsterpalooza?
Monsterpalooza.
If we have sculpts of our monsters, will you buy them?
Would you want to say hello to us? Would you?
You'd hang out.
We are going to be no lie right next to the concession stand. So you can meet us.
You can get your.
You can like say hi, and then you can go get like a $30 popcorn.
If you give me a hot dog, you'll get a free gift. I'm gonna prepare free gifts.
You know what?
If you bring me,
I mean, I've got.
Jared's like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a hot dog. You know what? I want a hot dog.
You know what? I want a hot dog. You know what? We're gonna be right there, next to the hot dogs.
Dude, if you think that I'm not gonna buy a hot dog,
I know you're gonna get a hot dog. But what's great is that we can go get a hot dog, and like we don't even have to step like that far away, because we were like, no joke, like right there, like right there. We're gonna be
like, bro, watch my merch, and you'll be like, what do you mean the fourth thing?
Like, what do you want?
You don't get it. People are excited.
Let me get this guy.
I do have some surprises for Monsterpalooza. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Matt's got some ideas. I've got some ideas. Basically, we're just looking for your friendship.
Yeah, we just want to hang out with hot dogs.
We just want to hang out and get to know you. Dude, we're gonna see so many monsters. It's gonna be rad.
It's gonna be sick. Because sure, quick save every now and then.
You know, that's a good idea. Thank you. The man's about to quick save.
Healthterix is coming to Monsterpalooza.
Yes. Come say hi, even if we will be there. Matt and I. We'll
Even
be
if you
talking about
don't like the
monsters.
way that we look.
You know us. You know us. We're gonna see so many monsters, dude. It's gonna be so rad.
Yeah, I can't wait
And
to see
it's
like
probably like the one place where like I will spend more than I make there.
I want to
Like I'll
see
be.
you.
I want to
And
see
that's
you.
a lot of money. Dude,
Oh,
over $10 an hour?
dude, Monsterpalooza is my Christmas.
Did that joke not land whenever I
What?
said it?
No,
Oh,
I
I
totally
said it.
missed it.
Yeah, you don't even listen to me, do you?
I hear
Are
you.
we fighting?
Are we fighting?
Are we fighting? No, I said you said spend more than you make, and I said really more than $10 an hour.
Wow.
Got it. See, that's the joke. You guys don't get it. Visual effects artists make $8 an hour.
$8.
Joking that he made 10.
I'm joking.
I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
I'm gonna eat Dylan. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. That's gonna be me with a hot dog at Monsterpalooza. That's right.
I have. Oh, it's the road.
See, that was James. James was quick on that.
James hit it. He hit it big.
We wouldn't be able to survive without James.
He's a good dude. You know they got him because he could somersault really well.
Sure, they sent us his reel,
and it was all somersaults.
And it was like 90% somersaults. I'm like, wait, what does he do? And then it was just like, oh.
But then what they do is they zoom out a frame, and he's somersaulting on the computer.
Yeah.
While doing computer things.
In the nude, he says. We're gonna have stay tuned because we're gonna have James on because he's gonna teach us a thing or two.
Oh, really? Is he gonna come?
Well, James, this is how he's finding out. Because he's gonna show us how he goes about keying and stuff.
He said, no. Leave me away. Hey man, I'm gonna take my 5.
We're gonna work our way up to it. All right, Matt's gonna go take a 5, and when Matt takes a 5, you know what that means.
You know what it means. Let's hear
what that means.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But okay. You can come hang out with me.
I'll be back.
He'll be back. All right. So we're getting close. We've got the basic structure in, and now I want to maybe do something like this duplicate eye here that I've got going on here. And then I want to like get this weird. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the model. Take this like section here. And before I do anything, I'm going to quick save. And I'm just going to like start cutting it up. I don't know if this is going to work. Why am I doing this? Well, I'm trying to save this piece of the eye right here. And I'm going to kind of like smash it into place. Look at that. This way we can surprise Matt when he comes back. Save that. Always a good idea to duplicate and clone. I think it's time to get asymmetrical. So instead of having to sculpt this piece over again, I'm just going to take it and kind of fit it back into place. And since I feel confident now that I have a backup, I kind of work the two pieces into each other. Work the anatomy of kind of one eye into the other. This is like perfect ambience because like it is raining really crazy heavy right now in Los Angeles. So working on a spooky Innsmouth creature just has the perfect vibe. Tilt the other eye around too. And it's just kind of blending the parts together. So using this sketch as a guide point, but not like the final. And then this way I can kind of make some creative decisions like shrinking it down, rotating it, offsetting it over here. You know, there's room to kind of play with the idea. Here we go. And sculpting like wrinkles in skin. I pretty much just like to use the standard brush here. And you just kind of have to go for it. Because I want his skin to be kind of like saggy and kind of hanging down. And turn symmetry off. And can't use cloth pull here because it's too dense. If I hide this, mask this area out, I can use cloth pull. Well, I should have been able to. I should be able to. That's just because I don't have the max simulation points set high enough. There you go. See, now it's working. Smooth all this back down. Get some of those happy accidents. This guy's going to be real wrinkled and gross all the way through. And to have like one of those really long, weird necks. His third eye is like down here. Nope. He looks like a hot dog. Big kind of like bulbous head.
All I heard was it looks like a hot dog.
He looks like a hot dog. Don't you think he looks like a hot dog?
Dude, he's got the bonus eye.
Yeah, he got a bonus eye.
I love the bonus eye.
See, I told you I would have it ready for you when you got back.
Huge fan of the bonus eye.
Well, I thought like he needs a little bit of the madness. Fish people. But like I was saying, fish people are kind of like zombies in a way.
You know, also, courtesy models. If you come to Monsterpalooza, I'll buy you a hot dog.
Are you sure you want to say that? Because people will.
No, I said that person said at least you can afford a hot dog. Man, if you're at Monsterpalooza hanging out with us, just you, not everyone, I'll buy you a hot dog.
I will buy you specifically.
You've got to say courtesy models, and you've got to recite the blood code to Mortal Kombat 1.
Whew. That's not that hard. You can find that. The blood code.
Yeah, but I'll change it up. I'll be like, oh, it's not the blood code anymore. It's the secret menu code for the Sega.
So you can hit them with any kind of number of Mortal Kombat trivia.
I'll be like, bro, what's Scorpion's fatality?
Okay, so here, if you want a hot dog from Matt,
yeah, let's go.
You have to memorize literally everything about Mortal Kombat.
Dude, we used to do this whenever I was on tour. I brought my laptop whenever I was in a band. I brought my laptop and I had an emulator on there, and we could play Mortal Kombat. I get up on stage and I would challenge everyone and be like, "If you think you can beat me in Mortal Kombat, let's go."
Man, I actually just downloaded an emulator on my phone that's got Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2.
Which, oh, yeah, okay, like the arcade versions?
Yeah. I think it was all Sega Genesis or, Game Gear.
Okay. But, so it's a Game Gear emulator?
Well, I don't know.
Why would you get the Game Gear version of Mortal Kombat?
No. It's the Sega Genesis.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could be okay.
It's okay. Look, I had the Game Gear.
Listen, I had a Game Gear too.
I didn't for years. I didn't have a Genesis. I had a Game Gear. That was my.
That's all.
My one window. That's all I had for a while.
Damn, that's gnarly.
I know, man. I know. It was just, it was hard. I love that Game Gear, man. That was great.
Dude, the Game Gear was dope. The thing about
it was in color. That was a big deal.
The thing about the Game Gear was back then, all of the batteries were like so crude that they would just rot in the Game Gear. They would rot. You'd have to they would just leak everywhere.
I never had that problem. Did that happen to you?
Oh yeah, dude.
I used the hell out of my Game Gear. I never had that issue.
Oh yeah, man. Like you get the cheap batteries, I mean, Duracell and all that stuff was around, but you get the cheap batteries and it would just rot away everywhere. If you left it alone for a long time, it would just rot.
Oh no. Did you leave it out in the sun too, or?
No, I just dipped it in mayonnaise.
That's in the instruction manual.
Well, a lot of people don't tell you that you can't dip. You can't.
Don't put your electronics. Don't put your electronics in mayonnaise.
Yeah, in an egg-based fat.
But our fish people, they like mayonnaise.
These guys love
the mayonnaise. Do you love mayonnaise? Let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments. Do you love mayonnaise?
Do you love mayonnaise? People are leaving.
People have left.
Yeah, buddy. We're making fish people.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start erasing some of the teeth, the initial teeth here. Just go full gums.
Full gums. Full gummy boy. Weird fish people. Beware of the fish people. Get some teeth in there next, some fins. Scale them up. The Innsmouth people were defined as like having kind of saggy, drooping features, bulging eyes.
Okay.
S. Snake hook.
Start popping some teeth in here. Jared, Barney Blumpkins is looking sick. Barney Blumpkins.
Barney Blumpkins. Is that his name now? Is that official?
That's what they're saying.
Barney Blumpkins, it is.
Huge fan of Barn.
He looks like a Barney.
A little bit of a Blumpkins.
Yeah, definitely like a weird looking fish guy.
We like it.
Yeah. Everything is kind of like drooping and soggy. Would you like to know about our Lord and Savior Dagon? Here, have sex with this fish.
Have sex with this fish. She looks like your sister. Oh, getting weird.
All right, we're look. This is a movie called Dagon.
Hey man, I'm not trying to be weird. Just quoting the movie.
Just quoting the movie.
That might not even happen in the movie. I might just be a psycho.
But look, there are some great fish people in Bloodborne.
Oh yeah. Huge fan.
Huge fan of Bloodborne. And if there's ever a Bloodborne movie, for the love of God, hire us.
Have you seen The Northman?
I have not.
Had some Dark Souls vibes to it.
Really? Okay. Now I'm curious.
Oh, I loved it, dude. It was great. And I think you can stream it for free on Amazon Prime now.
It is. They're not paying us, Matt.
No, they are not.
They are not paying us.
They could. If
They could.
They
would do well to.
Yeah. We would like it if they did.
They would look.
Huge fan.
We would take their money.
What did I walk in on? You walked in on some dudes making.
Oh man, we are making some fish. We are talking about fish people.
Yeah, we're adding teeth to fish people. We're hanging out with fish people. We were just talking about some Lovecraftian movies, and we also just mentioned The Northman.
Northman. There are some other good fish people movies.
Oh man, we did this last week, bro.
We did this last week, didn't we?
Yeah. We covered what we could last week, I think.
There was a lot of fish people.
A lot of fish people,
but like surprisingly not that much.
Not as much as you would expect.
Maybe it's time, it's time for like the fish person to rise up.
Oh, I would love to see some
like a Walking Dead, like fish person kind of revival.
Like Innsmouth Dead. Like walking Innsmouth.
Oh, please. It would be amazing.
That's what we want.
Okay. Fish people. We're talking about fish people.
That's what we're talking about.
What's your favorite fish person? Let us know.
Just a couple of dudes being guys cooking up mayo, eating fish mans. That's a good comment, dude.
I mean, truly, that is what we are doing.
Literally, just the YouTube description of what's happening.
Look, Matt and I, we appreciate a fish person.
Huge fan.
Huge fan of fish people.
My dog is snoring, and I love it.
Buddy, the tube. He's a good dog.
Dude's a full-blown psycho good dog.
He's a good dog.
There we go. Okay. I'm going to send this dude over to see how the forms are looking. I mean, he's feeling fishy. It's interesting that the second you add nostrils to something with the fish shape, that kind of...
let's see. Check me in.
It starts to read as a bat.
I just saw the comment, what did I walk in on? This is from the nude president.
Is that his name?
The nude president is like...
The nude president is his name.
The nude president walked into the house. It was like, what did I walk in on?
I love it.
Excuse me, you're the one that's nude.
Excuse me, sir. I'm the nude president.
I'm just trying to make a Barney Blumpkins. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just trying to Barney it up.
I'm just making a Barney.
I'm going to send this dude over to Keyshot, see how weird he's looking. Not a lot of changes, just some very, very simple...
Simple things. The little things.
Some simple secondary and primary forms here. You know the what bothered. I think the silhouette that I landed.
Never forget that Barney Blumpkin started from Steve Buscemi.
Is it Buscemi or Buscemi?
Buscemi. Buscemi.
Because you're making me like not believe that I've believed my whole life.
Did you say what? It was Shemi?
Buscemi?
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi? Is it Steve Buscemi?
Okay, say it how you would normally say
I just
it.
want to. I just said it. It's Steve Buscemi.
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 Okay, I don't know what's going on, but every time we say it, it's like cutting out.
Steve Buscemi.
I think we're like calling on Beetlejuice here. I don't know what's going on.
Steve Buscemi.
You're saying it like Buscemi.
No, I'm not saying Buscemi. I'm saying a Buscemi.
Buscemi.
Is it Bush? Is it Steve?
I think we're saying it the same. I think we're saying it the right way.
You're saying it the wrong way.
Okay, I'm saying it the wrong way.
You're saying
Buscemi. No, I didn't say Buscemi.
You said Buscemi 100 times. You said Buscemi.
You were saying Buscemi.
No.
It's like shit.
I'm doing a
Buscemi. We're gonna lose our minds.
I tell you what. I will give you $100 if you did not say Buscemi.
You would never. I will not say it. I won't even say his name anymore.
You already said it. You said Buscemi 100 times.
I'm gonna. Well, then I won't say it again. I will only refer to him as the actor in Reservoir Dogs, and then you have to guess which.
Stephen Buscemi.
Buscemi
is what you Buscemi.
I think he needs. I'm gonna give him like a wart or something. Now I'm just sculpting asymmetrically, so I just want to have fun. But like, if I just gave him a little wart.
Dude,
does your guy have any warts?
Dude, my guy is.
I think your guy needs some warts.
Yeah, he needs quite a bit. He needs personality and he needs warts.
Not enough. When we talk about design, not enough warts in design.
Yeah, you need warts in design.
Warts. You need a wart. Almost ready to get some teeth in there. Get the teeth and the tenties, and then we're good. My bad. What? Matt dead? Is Matt gone? Oh, wow, it's just me. Hi. Boogity. Yes, we are psychopathic. It is true. And this is because of the heaping amount of mayo we consume in a day. It's true. They don't tell you that when you're going to be a concept artist, you have to eat there's a mayonnaise quota that one must consume. Anyway, we've lost our minds, and this just happens over time. The madness comes in. The madness sets in. You have to be a little bit mad. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to make happy little fish people. We're going to make some happy little fish people. I'm going to get some teeth in there. And then I got to get the tentacles in the chin. But at this point, this is all just kind of asymmetrical sculpting. Spending a little bit more time. Going around. I'm not worried about the edges here. I'm going to put a suit around them. Rough up the head a little bit. Lots of things we can do here. Initially, when I was putting the fins up here, I was just thinking about kind of looks like a hairline. So I'm just going to sculpt the head. Build it up with clay buildup, smooth it down. That's my motto. Build it up, smooth it down. And notice how I make like little swirly marks. So my brush is actually like swirling around as I do it. Swirly marks like this. And that builds up texture. And then you smooth it down. And you can smooth it down a lot or a little. It's up to you. But I smooth it down. And that makes his head all lumpy. Now he definitely needs a lumpy head. I'll maybe get a little more asymmetric with it as we go. Thinking maybe a beret. Making a tadpole, a frog, a piranha, anglerfish person. Piranha, like it's a cat. Like I know you were thinking piranha, but like piranha. A cat piranha, that would be kind of cool. What would that look like? That'd be cool. Yes. Make your fish person and then tag us in it. Show it. Share it with us. We'll share it. We like fish people. Yes. Join me with your fish people. All right, let's get some teeth. I have lots of teeth that I've made over the years. I think I'm gonna grab the like sharp guy teeth. Sharp. Like I like these teeth. And I like. There we go. So I've made a lot of sharp, spiky teeth over the years. And sometimes it just helps to like have a pre-made set that you've got. And I've got a lot of variety in here. So I'll just like grab this guy, auto group it. Boom. And now I got a tooth. That's what I mean. As like I go shopping for, my whatever I need. If I've made it before. So if you make something, like save it out to your library. And in this case, I have it all up here in my Lightbox. Save it out. Create insert mesh brush, new. Again, this is why my interface looks like death, is because all of my, everything I need, all the menus are just barfed out onto the interface. Okay. Back. And let's sync that in. That's perfect. I love it. So I'm going to split mask points. And now that I have this on its own, I'm just going to go boop. You have to say boop as you're doing it. You have to go boop, 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 boop. And then you have a lovely set of teeth. So now I'm going to duplicate it and then mirror that over. Right, auto group it. And I'm just going to spend some time offsetting these guys. I don't want his teeth to look pretty. Okay. And then merge down. Maybe I will skew it a little bit with the transpose tool. Shrink them down a little bit. There we go. I don't want them to get confused for like hair. Just sinking the teeth in there. Then I'll flip it upside down. Pulling the teeth out. Get the other side. In this case, because it's all asymmetric, I think that's actually a really good thing. It'll add a lot more character. Because fish people are not like perfectly symmetrical. Not good looking. They are not good looking. Look at this guy. He's got a bunch of anglerfish teeth. There we go. So I'll take like this guy. Let's duplicate it up. Another thing that I wanted was a little bit more snaggletooth in there. Need to shrink it down a little bit more. Yeah, it's looking fun. Now he's looking fun. That guy ate by the gills, McGillyburton. I know. I think he's taking his dog on a walk. That's my guess. Is his dog always has to poop when Matt's streaming, so it's like call of nature. But that's okay. You're hanging with me, and we're making fish people together. We're having a good time making fish people. Then I'm going to take this set, duplicated it, and spin it around and upside down. Here we go. And now the teeth are kind of set up in there. And I'm not worried about these guys because I'm just going to delete them anyway. I can duplicate whatever I want. I want to line everything up kind of in between the main teeth here. His mouth is going to be closed, so it's just pokey teeth here. Auto group. You want to do creatures, it means you're going to be doing a lot of teeth. A lot of different kind of teeth. Teeth are fun. It's fun to make teeth. Yes, look at that boy. Starting to look gross. And as I kind of get the teeth settled in there, then we'll start working on the gums. And just working with teeth that need just a little bit of extra love and attention. So just making sure that they feel like they're interlacing. That makes sense. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. You might have to do a little bit of kind of handwork. Something very terrifying, I guess, on a primal level about fish people. You know, it should be existentially terrifying for us to deal with a fish person. Just adding some wrinkles and some more character. Working my way around it. I have to figure out a way to get a spiral in here somewhere. Talking about fish people. Yeah, look at that guy. Look at that guy. Look at this guy. Quite the fish person. Ugh. He's kind of like ugly Squidward, I guess. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, this is fun. Scary, good fun. That's why we do this. To make some monsters, right? Okay. Get the teeth all fixed up. Use this guy, kind of snaggletooth him over here. Snaggletooth this guy over here. Needs a little bit of snaggletooth. That kind of calls to the repeating shark teeth. Okay, so now I'm going to merge the teeth together. Merge down. Hit OK. Might take some of these and just kind of continue to tweak them now that they're all together. Scale that up. So different kinds of teeth will add interest to it, kind of like some little kind of like spots, you know, that are just kind of a little imperfect. And now we can start working with our gaming standard brush. We can start fitting that little this kind of pocket. Because teeth just don't come out of nowhere. They come out of a gum, right? So you got to kind of sculpt in a little bit. and create this kind of lip here about your own teeth, your own gums. And then what's always really cool about ZBrush is it kind of inherits, when you're working with two objects, it inherits the normals, and it kind of works around it. It's kind of magical. Now, add a little bit of striation in between these sections. I'm going to get underneath the lip too. Really, really important to like tilt your camera, because so much of ZBrush is like normal based. It's like based on the view of your camera. So if you tilt your camera down to get underneath stuff, it's just good general practice. You got to keep moving around your model. Work his lips a little bit. Add some meat. Add some meat in here. Meat to those lips. I'm going to add more like warts to his lips too. That's a good idea. I also want to create some like membrane between his teeth and his kind of like wrapping over a little bit. I'll do that in a moment. I want the lips to be a little bit more pronounced. Maybe part of it's like swollen. Again, with a little bit of inflate. Yeah, just kind of create some like warts and bumps. Some ugly, you know? Very, very unappealing. Yeah, I mean, look, the puffer fish was a cool idea. If you hung out last week, you'll know that I bombed. Matt and I talked about it at the beginning here, but I bombed. And I thought it was the puffer fish was a cool idea, and it's still a cool idea. And I could have fixed it, but I was so frustrated that I just like jettisoned it. And look, sometimes that happens, and that's okay. But it allowed me to kind of like go back and rethink, and come at it again with fresh eyes. Yeah, it's like when an athlete loses a game. They're disappointed, but you got to come back and do it again. Try again. What happened? That's what happens when we fail. We just try again, because we are compelled to do this. So I had a better plan this time, and I was a little bit more methodical this time, and I wanted to do something different, which was I wanted to do some asymmetric sculpting with 3 eyes and some teeth, and I got to get some tentacles in there soon. Let me carve in that little section right there. And then I got to go back and do the teeth on the bottom here. Just doing a little bit of gaming standard brush. The damn standard brush. It's the classic. Seriously, like I use maybe like 5 to 10 brushes total on a project. There's a lot of great brushes that do a lot of great things. but you need like maybe 10. And Damien Standard is like number 1. Move tool, play build up, Damien Standard, pinch inflate, move topo. That's it. You're good. Pretty much everything I've got right here too. There you go. Now he's looking gnarly. Okay, next up, I want to get the tentacles in there and maybe the fins for the head. Get the suit in there because I think he's got to have a suit. Yeah, I've got this little split line down here too, and I want to put that in. I don't know why I like it. It's just in there. He's a little bit mutated. Work on the eye a little bit. I know the eyes aren't like perfect right now, but this is all placeholder. I can get more granular as I dive in. All right. Get the tentacles. So for the tentacles, I have a brush I made for that. I have made a lot of tentacle brushes. Use move, clay buildup, Dame Standard, trim, or polish. Yeah, polish is always good. You need some good polish brushes. Especially if you're doing a lot of stylized work, chiseled edges, things like that. I've got tentacles, baby. I've got tentacle brushes. This is my organic brush set that I've got. Anyway, I made a tentacle brush. It's pretty much just a basic tri-part tentacle brush. You can see what that sucker looks like. Pretty simple geo overall. Just a basic tri-part brush. And just going to draw out. I'm going to set my stroke settings real quick as line. Make sure bend end and lock start and lock end are turned on. I think that should be all I need. I'm not going to go crazy on the tentacles just because they're more like whiskers here. So I'm just going to draw this out. Boom. Maybe a little bit longer. And it's very slow right now because I'm working off the mesh here. So I'm going to create something. I'm going to create a piece of geometry here. Or I could just do it off the teeth. I think I'll do it off the teeth. Put tentacle brush, draw it end to end. That looks good. Based off your brush size, so I'm going to scale it up. Put that into place here. Curls around. Okay, the point here, end point, is getting really thin. So I'm going to affect that in the stroke here by bringing this point up. It's a little bit fatter. There we go. Then I'll just delete that curve because I like the way this looks. Maybe I'll scale it up. Still looks a little bit big. But I kind of like this. So I'm going to stick with it. And if I don't like it, I can always do another one. And it is a little bit big, isn't it? That looks a little bit better. Now, I don't want him to be like Cthulhu, where he's just all tentacles. Maybe shorter pieces here. Split masked points. There we go. Okay. Delete that. Pin it, rotate it. I duplicate it and flip it. Some extras for free. Do a little auto group. Take this guy. Mask it so I can move this guy around again. I don't want to go too crazy with these guys. Maybe we'll just get rid of that guy. Next, I need one that really like curls around. So back to stroke. I'm going to turn the line off as line. Turn that off. Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to shrink. Not yet. Let's curl that around. Okay. Tap to delete the curve. There we go. I like this guy. Because that kind of has that little curly boy feeling in there. Take it down a little bit. And I might move topological here. That has been gone a long time. I don't know if he's coming back. Might have been eaten by a werewolf. I don't know. Let me check and see if he's still alive. Oh, yeah. Say. Okay. Yeah, so Matt's not going to be back for a little bit. That's okay. You got me now. I mean, you've had me, but now it's just me. It's like just me. But you got me for 15 more minutes. So if you have any questions for me, that was a good time. Maybe his life-size Cthulhu fell on him. Yeah. Yeah, I warned him. Like, that thing's too big, man. You can't do that. But he didn't want to listen. Okay, let me get... a little tentacle in there. Duplicate this, move this down. group. Move topo. Yo, what's up, Hugh? What's up? Probably the way he would want to go. Yeah, I think that's how Matt would want to go. Sleep, sleep peaceful in Raleigh. It's what we always talked about. Okay. Yeah, I feel much better about this dude this time. I think it's, you just when you're struggling with a project, you got to do the work. Sketch out the idea first, work it out. Let me save this. All right, let me see if I can get a suit in there. Throw it into Keyshot. And I think we will call it. Let's see. Row. I might have. Let's see. I took this and kind of messed it up a little bit. Took out the tie. Oh, Matt's back. He's back. Oh, Matt's back. It happened. Yeah.
Okay, let's reshare the screen.
Matt, we thought you were gone for good.
I didn't die.
You didn't die, but you didn't.
I didn't die, but things were crazy in my neighborhood.
Okay. Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, everything's fine. It's just that looks awesome, dude.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Look at him. Ah, dude, he looks so good.
Yeah.
He looks
I was just saying,
good.
And I was just saying, when it fails, you got to, go back and do the work and kind of really plan it out. Plan out your ideas. Because I know that's what I struggle with sometimes.
Dude, that looks great. I love it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's definitely there.
That's a lot of character in there. Really cool shapes. Love it, dude. Yeah. He's killer, dude.
Yeah, he's good fun.
Were you were about to pop a suit on him or something?
I was about to pop his suit.
Dude's popping suits.
We're gonna pop a suit.
Dude's a suit popper.
He's a suit. He's popping suit.
Dude's a suit popper.
He's about to pop a suit.
I've got the exact same guy that I had.
Well, it's not like you were expecting that to happen, right?
Yeah. Arkansas, but we've got some nostrils and a little bit of a stronger brow, and then I was gonna start popping these teeth in, and maybe I'll just let's see what this does. I'll just grab them. Something like that might work. Dude, your guy, have you named him? Does he have a name?
Well, wasn't he like Barney Burfers or something? Barney Barfer?
Some guy said something about a bar for a Barney.
Bar for a Barney, like Barney Barfers or?
Barney Barfer's attorney at law.
Attorney at law. He's definitely like a Barfers for sure.
Dude barfs.
Dude slurps and barfs.
Dude slurps. You know that dude slurps.
I knew this dude slurps.
That dude slurps. There's no doubt about it.
No doubt this dude
He's a slurper. Dude,
full on slurping. You believe this guy?
With the nostrils, I think the nostrils work.
With your dude?
Yeah.
Oh no, I like it. You could even add a little more nose. Do you think?
Oh yeah, big time. Absolutely. You know he could use more nose.
Oh man. Guy's full out slurping.
Dude slurps.
Dude, this is slurping.
Guys, Lord. So sorry for being gone for so long. It was.
Oh man, it's okay. You know how it goes. I got to sit down and talk and get to know the people.
Dude, and your guy looks great, man.
He's the full-on fish man now.
I love your dude. Like he's like, what is he ready to do? Is he's ready to either like sell you drugs or like broker some stock options.
He's like one of those like
personality. He's got personality.
He does. Like he needs one of those like accountant, like brim hats or something, like tax attorney.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He's the guy that shows up and he's like, oh, by the way, you haven't paid your debt.
By the way, your debt is still due.
And then my guy is the guy that's like,
hey, he sends to like
send this dude to eviscerate you for saying that I can't pay my debt.
You are in so much trouble. He's a Mayo investor.
This dude invests in Mayo. Egg whites.
I have to say, Your Honor, the guy's a slurper.
He slurps the Bergens.
Oh, slurp.
Okay, you know, he still looks good in a nice drop shadow render. Like, there it is. Bing. Yeah, he looks good. I like him. I didn't get to do what I wanted to do with him today, but that's okay.
Okay, man. Like, you know what? It was a chance for me to catch up,
dude, and that's what we like. Because your guy, I mean, this dude. Oh, you did something for half a second. Like the shirt was off kilter to the right, and he almost looked a little hunchback.
Oh, it was like let's see.
No, here, go to your front view and go back to where you were.
Oh man. Let's see.
There you go. Now keep going.
He had like a hunch.
No, keep going straight. Yeah, and then take that and just move it up and right. And then, rotate it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's some character right there. You like counterweight your right arm.
Oh, I see what you said. Oh, like really really tilted off. It's kind of yeah, totally.
Look at that, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Even in render, just that'll look fucking sick.
Yeah, man. It's I'm gonna slim him up now. Slim up that jacket. Fit it to him.
You gotta gym up that slacket.
You gotta slim the jacket. Yeah, I was gonna do some symmetry first, but
dude, sometimes it's just like slam it in.
Sometimes that's the Matt Miller method.
That's everybody knows that's how I work.
That's the Matt Miller method.
Slam it in. Slam it in to see if it works, boys.
I'm gonna start very like come to the Church of Dagon.
There we go.
The donation is in your blood.
The donation is in your blood.
I mean, what do fish people want? What do they really want?
Yeah, do they want less salt or more salt?
I think they want more salt.
They want more salt.
More salt. I love that. They want salt.
We need salt.
We need salt.
It's like Return of the Living Dead. Whenever they capture that zombie, and she's like, "I need brains. It heals the pain," or whatever.
and it makes sense that they would want salt.
Oh yeah, they need salt to feel alive.
Yeah, they would need salt. Salt.
They need salt.
Oh, maybe that's what they're trying to get from you. You know, like they want to like suck out your salt.
They want the salt from your sweaty body.
And so they make like sucking sounds and like
all of their gills are always just flapping.
Oh God, yes, dude.
Disgusting. I hate it, and it's disgusting.
We need your salt.
Okay, even though I was here for about 5 minutes tonight, it is time for me.
I know, Matt, but that's okay. We had a good time, and
we talked about quite a bit for the first half hour.
And we were, we were sharing stories.
Dude, you know what? Okay, this is reminding me seriously of the first It remake. What was that? Contorted painting? The smiling.
Yeah. The
eyes offset like that. They look awesome, but it reminds me. And that's not to compare that to that. It's just something that's it's calling back to me, like that kind of stylized, terrifying, like with the right lighting. That's
for sure.
Yeah.
Didn't make it as far as I wanted to go today, but you know what?
You went from demo head to that. I mean, that's awesome. That looks great.
Yeah, today feels good. Like last week, I was like, I was so mad like all week.
And I like the personality more in the sculpt than in the sketch.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
No, it's working. It's working really well. Like even how you handled the nose and the T-zone. The idea is there in the sketch, but it really comes to life in the the way the jowls, that labial fold coming down from the nose is really cool. Like great.
The prominent Adam's apple too.
Yeah. It looks awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
I think I feel much better this time around. And isn't that funny how that works sometimes?
Yeah. Just go all in and abandon ship and then go back in. Why not?
Well, shoot, man. Let's close it up.
Yeah, let's do it, brother.
You want to show me, because you got it in render at least.
Well, yeah, he's in render. I mean, all I did was add just some really subtle skeletal changes in the like kind of the ocular area of the skull. Really made the eyebrow prominent. I added some indication of let's see here. There we go.
Give me your
some nostril. A little bit of nostril, and it's still a very loose sculpt. Yeah. And I killed off the teeth that were coming out of the sculpt and just popped some geo in there. But dude, I didn't get very far, but
that's okay.
I feel like he's looking he's on the way. He's got one more session.
Yeah, I think between the two of us, another session will do us some good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Great stuff. Well, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. Vertice Models.
Yeah.
All of you guys, thanks for hanging out. Vertice, he loves mayo.
Yeah, Mindside 13, thanks for hanging out. The Nude President.
Yeah, love the Nude President.
Love the Nude President. Thanks for popping in. We've been on the road to Monsterpalooza.
That's right. Come see us. June 2nd to June 4th.
First weekend of June.
Yeah.
and we are right next to the hot dogs. So
yeah, if you guys hot dogs are $15,
get a hot dog. Come see us. Come tell us how beautiful we are and that you love us.
Yeah.
If you want to contact us, say hi to us. I'm at MonsterMash042 at Twitter and at Jared Krichevsky.
Here it is.
Matt Millard is at itchytasty_ and at Matt Millard3D on the Instagrams. Come say hi to us. Share your fish people with us. Tell us that you love us. I want to thank our sponsor, Lenovo. That's up there in that tiny little corner. And thank you to Gnomon School of Visual Effects, the MIT of Visual Effects in Hollywood, California. Thank you to all of our friends. And thank you, and we'll see you next time. See you next week.
Later, boys and girls.